Welcome to Lending Forward, a podcast where we're lending every bit of what we know to our listeners. From real conversations and lessons learned deep within the industry to education and forward thinking. Together, we're lending forward. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to our channels and connect with us on www.atlanticbay.com. Atlantic Bay Mortgage Group, LLC, NMLS number 72043, NMLSconsumeraccess.org is an equal opportunity lender located at 600 Lynn Haven Parkway, Suite 203, Virginia Beach, Virginia, 23452. Welcome back to another episode of Lending Forward. I'm your host, Taylor Ellard, and we've got a very cool guest on today, talking all things neuroscience when it comes to being applicable for leadership. His clients might describe him as powerful, thought-provoking, and authentic. Well, it's none other than Rene Rodriguez. Welcome to the show, Rene. Well, thank you for coming on Lending Forward. I know our mortgage bankers are excited to hear from you. For those who don't know much about you, tell us everything we need to know. Tell us about the empire that you've built, where you got started, and what's kept the fire in your belly.
Well, I wish I could say I had an empire. That sounds great. I love the sound of that. How about say the empire we're building? How's that sound?
Sounds good.
I've been doing this work for 27 years. I'd say part of the mortgage business for going on 21 years now. I was lucky enough to, right around 9/11, be introduced to it after I lost a very large client. Called a friend of mine and said, hey, how's this mortgage thing work? And started helping him out in terms of selling or helping train his salespeople, and got involved back then. But yeah, my background is in behavioral neuroscience. And so I look at everything from a science perspective. And that's the one thing that my mother asked me 27 years ago. She said, look around and what does everybody here have in common? And I looked around, I was looking at skin color and where they were from, and everybody had a brain. That's what she said, is if you understand how our brains work, everything becomes a lot easier. And so I dove as deep as I could into understanding that, and been a fan ever since.
Wow. What is one interesting fact that you think that our mortgage bankers should know based off of science? Just one, like maybe it's your favorite.
I say interesting fact that's based off of science. God, there's so many. Let's talk about storytelling, and let's talk about that, I guess, maybe, and narrative. I think it's upwards of 50% of our waking hours we spend daydreaming right now.
50%.
Yeah. Anyway, 33 to 50%. And so what does that mean? So anytime we're thinking about daydreaming is really scenario planning. What if this, I wonder if this podcast is going to go well. Are people going to listen to it? Are people going to show up to my event? Am I going to say anything stupid? Did I leave the iron on? Did I prospect enough today? Am I going to make enough money? Constantly running, if I don't do this. And our brains are wired for that, for the purpose of survival. If I go around that corner, am I going to die? If I don't build this, what's going to happen? And so we're constantly doing that. And yet there's only two times in our life where we don't do that. And the first is under life and death situations, where somebody's holding a gun to our head, or there's some sort of very important scenario, high stressed, and we're not daydreaming. We're very present in that moment. The other time is during story, and somebody's telling us a story. But what's fascinating as to why that's important is the reason we stop is because the storyteller is in essence daydreaming for us. And so then we go, okay, so who cares about that? Why do we daydream? Well, we're daydreaming so that we can build narratives and stories about what life means and what the day means. And so we're building a narrative. So what's Smile bigger. Build a better brand. Be okay with some no's. Those are fundamental things. But two people are so scared of the no that they think marketing is their way out of it. Well, I'll put it on social media, cross my fingers, close my eyes, and hopefully somebody calls. No, that's not how it works. I'll tell you what's going to happen when that happens. No one's going to call. Your algorithm's going to take over and no one's going to pay attention.
I know all too many times I see it. It's like, it's just sad at this point. Some people just don't even, they're like, oh, let's just put up another review. Great. Come on, we've got to just get in front of the screen. Don't be afraid of the no. And that's okay. You're going to get it. Just expect it. Go in knowing you're going to get a no. I mean, prospecting is at the forefront now and it hasn't been for a while. So any tips or tricks that you think besides just pushing hard and knowing that people want to work with people that they like and they know and they trust. And what is that going to look like for 2022?
Everything you just said, prospecting, right? See, these are fundamentals, right? You have to prospect. The sales process does not change. Prospecting is the process of going out there and generating leads, and leads are people that have a genuine interest, expressed interest in what's going on. And then you take those leads and you set appointments with those leads. And those appointments should be to present some sort of value to them in some way, shape, or form. Your brand helps make those appointments easier, the lead generation easier. So you should be setting your brand and creating your brand. You should be doing things like video because that's going to be part of the whole process. But people say, do video, do video, do video. Yes, but do valuable video, do good video, right? And so learn the process, but get in the game so that you can learn what works and what doesn't work. Start making mistakes with the videos. You're not going to be good. I've been doing video for years. And now finally, I got a video that hit 15,000. Finally, because somebody that knows what they're doing showed me. And we're doing a case study on that. But you know how many videos I have that have like 20 views and 30 views and nothing? And they're quality videos. I have a $10,000 video that has 72 plays on a $10,000 video. That's my favorite video. But it wasn't for social media. It's a great sales video, just not a great social media video. So all the fundamentals, and you got to be good at all of them. You just have to constantly be out there doing things.
Absolutely. So let's end with what's next for you. Tell us more. Where is your business going this year? What are you hoping to accomplish? I know a few things, but I'll let you speak to it.
Well, right now, our big focus is we've got AmpCon coming up in a couple of weeks in Las Vegas at March 14th at Caesar's Palace, followed by Momentum Builder on the 15th and 16th. And that's going to be fun. Love to see any and all there. I think you're going to have a code that you can give people there, but you can go to meetrene.com. I've also got our book, Amplify Your Influence, that was published by Wiley. And what's exciting about that book is the second largest business book published in the world. We've already hit Amazon's bestseller in business communication under new releases. And
awesome.
We're very close to, on our way to Wall Street Journal.
Wow. Congratulations.
That's our goal. And so anything, we're trying to get as many of those out there as possible through bulk book sales. So we're using them as lead magnets. People are giving them away to their real estate agents. We're doing exchanges for people that buy 100 books, 500 books. We're doing little mini events, virtual events, realtor events, etc. And so people that buy a bunch, we're also inviting them to a book walkthrough where we'll spend 45 minutes and walk through the book and the contents of the book. But everything of the Amplify process is in detail in that book. And so a lot of keynotes. We got our new sizzle reel that came out. We got a lot of stuff that's happening. So we're excited.
Well, I'm excited for you. Thank you so much for joining us. And I'll send out that code as soon as we wrap up here.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much, Rene. Have a great year.
Thank you. And also follow me on See Rene Speak on Instagram.
Thank you. Thanks again for listening to the Lending Forward podcast powered by Atlantic Bay Mortgage Group. Don't forget to tune in next week and make sure you subscribe to our channel. Remember, we all play a part in lending forward. So go lend something forward today.